The men of Team USA are the best collection of sprinters in the entire world, and that statement is not really up for debate right now. Noah Lyles is the reigning world champion in 3 separate events right now, and Christian Coleman is the reigning Diamond League champion in the 100-meter dash. In fact, Team USA swept the 100 and the 200-meter dashes in 2022's World Championships with 6 different men. That is why simply making Team USA for any sprinter is the hardest thing to do in the entire season, even harder than making the finals of the World Championships themselves. And in 2023, when the dust settled at the American Championships, Courtney Lindsey was on Team USA in the 200-meter dash. He beat out Fred Kerley to do it, who had gone unbeaten throughout most of 2023 until that point, and it introduced him to the world as a potential medal threat in any World Championship event going forward. The truth is that Courtney Lindsey knows that he belongs on the world stage because his entire career has been connected to a man who's already proven himself at that level, Kenny Bednarik. So now, a half-decade later, there's no reason to believe that he can't be right there with all the other fast Americans on the podium in 2024. And this is why. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section because I try to read them all. Allow me to clarify. Courtney Lindsey is not an underdog story, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't been flying under the radar for most of his career. At the high school level in Illinois, he would have been a 4-star sprinting recruit on SCArecruiting.com, at least at the end of his senior year, because he broke the 21-second barrier in the 200-meter dash and 10.5 seconds in the 100 when legal. That was all the way back in 2018, which was a very unusual recruiting year because that was when Kenny Bednarik was the fastest boy in the nation in the 200-meter dash, but he ended up running at the junior college level, the same place where Courtney Lindsey would end up himself. The fact that Courtney started in junior college is a big deal because depending on how you do at that level, we have a good idea of what's about to happen later in your career. Fred Kerley is the man he beat to make Team USA, who was a medalist at the JUCO level before coming up to D1 and dominating the NCAA. And just a few years before that, Andre DeGrasse dominated the JUCO level before running the table in D1 and becoming an Olympic gold medalist and world champion. Just like him, Courtney took off the moment he got to college, making the JUCO indoor national final in the 60-meter dash and the 200-meter dash. This set up a showdown with Kenny Bednarik himself in the 200-meter dash final that ended before it ever really began because Kenny Bednarik didn't finish in the final race. So Courtney won that JUCO title in the 200 indoors and got second in the 60-meter dash. But Kenny would later run away from him outdoors in the 200, leaving him with a silver medal in the 200 and a bronze medal in the 100, just a little bit behind Terrence Laird, who would become an NCAA champion at LSU. After that moment, Kenny Bednarik famously turned pro and never looked back after it, and he has all the hardware at the international meets to prove it. But Courtney returned back to junior college and underachieved by any real standard you would measure him by. He finished second in both sprint events at the JUCO national meet during his final season there, and the next we would hear from him would be during his Division I debut at Texas Tech in 2021. He ran fast out the gate, but appeared to get hurt before the NCAA indoor meet, and only made the prelims of the NCAA championships outdoors. I know you probably weren't paying attention, because I know what you were actually focused on. It was Terrence Laird winning the NCAA 100 that year. Remember, Courtney Lindsey had to be underachieving at this point, because when you win a JUCO national championship, you're supposed to win one in Division I later in your career. But he didn't even make an NCAA championship final until the end of 2022, in the 200-meter dash, and he got 8th place in that race. But if you take a closer look, Courtney Lindsey has always been some version of one of the fastest men in college every year he's been there. So what happened in 2023 is what we should have seen coming for a while, because Courtney finally ran like the sprinter he was always capable of. He just finally did it in a D1 uniform. He won the Big 12 title indoors in the 200 and ran the fastest time in the NCAA to do it. People just don't remember that because he underachieved again at the NCAA indoor meet. So when Courtney Lindsey came back to the NCAA Outdoor Championship meet and won the 100-meter dash outright, it was honestly just vindication for the title he was supposed to win indoors. And ironically, he only finished 3rd at the NCAA meet in the 200-meter dash. But the reason why you can't blow it off is because the two men who beat him don't represent America when they compete internationally. So we still didn't know where he fit in the American sprinting machine, at least not until the USA Championship meet, when he made the final in the 200 alongside Kenny Bednarik. And although he didn't beat him, he was right behind him and right ahead of Fred Curley to make Team USA. I understand that he didn't make the finals at the Worlds in the 200, but that is besides the point. We now know who Courtney Lindsey actually is. He has always been one of the most talented sprinters in any college uniform. He was a junior college champion the first time he showed up to the meet, and then became an NCAA champion in what wasn't even his best event. And we also know that he is now one of America's fastest sprinters. His USA meet from 2023 is proof of it. Courtney Lindsey now runs for Nike, and USA Track and Field now has a whole bunch of fast men competing for just a few available Olympic slots. What I'm trying to say is that somebody who could easily compete for a medal is gonna get left off the team. Courtney Lindsey already stole a spot once from Fred Curley, and we should have seen it coming in hindsight. So I'm not making that mistake again. Courtney Lindsey has just as good a chance as any sprinter not named Noah Lyles to become an Olympian this year. And if he can pull that off, he only needs to run like his best self to fly back home with a medal when it's all said and done. SCA Track and Field gear is here. Fast is a lifestyle, and what you wear should reflect that. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or click the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it's always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.